The voting has been completed. Please lock the machine.
The result of the vote is as follows. In favor, 142. Against, 10. Abstentions, 12. Draft Resolution A/80/L1/Revision 1 is adopted.
Madam President, this conference and the endorsement of this so-called declaration are not a serious attempt at peacemaking. These are procedural tactics, a misuse of this assembly to force through by the back door what cannot stand at the negotiating table. Once again, we see externally drafted texts rushed forward without transparency or any debate in this assembly. This erodes the legitimacy and trust of the UN.
Your lofty position as President of the General Assembly to express our congratulations, delight, and readiness to cooperate and to work with you fully on all issues related to the work of the General Assembly, including the question of Palestine. We will pay you extensive visits to coordinate, to cooperate, and to facilitate the success of the work of the General Assembly on the issues of mutual importance and to us.
Madam President, this conference and the endorsement of this so-called declaration are not a serious attempt at peacemaking. These are procedural tactics, a misuse of this assembly to force through by the back door what cannot stand at the negotiating table. Once again, we see externally drafted texts rushed forward without transparency or any debate in this assembly. This erodes the legitimacy and trust of the UN. This one-sided declaration will not be remembered as a step toward peace, only as another hollow gesture that weakens this Assembly's credibility. This is not diplomacy. It is theater, a carefully staged performance for headlines, not for peace. It doesn't shorten the war, it prolongs it. It does not weaken Hamas, it rewards them. It does not advance negotiations, it undermines them. And so we must ask, who benefits? Not the hostages in Hamas captivity, not the people of Gaza, not those who pray for real peace. The only beneficiary is Hamas. Consider France's recent pledge of statehood. Hamas welcomed it, praising, and I quote, they called it the political and moral pressure it puts on Israel. When terrorists are the ones cheering you, you have to ask yourself what you are doing. Some members of this assembly treat this conference like a virtual reality game. You put on the headset and imagine peace is imminent, but it is only an illusion, entirely detached from reality. The reality is that Hamas still rules parts of Gaza, armed, entrenched, and vowing to strike again. To pretend otherwise is not diplomacy, it is delusion. You called in this so-called declaration for Hamas, and I quote, to end its rule in Gaza. Very nice, very impressive. This assembly may not openly speak it, but all of you know it. Israel is expected to remove Hamas from the equation. It's very nice that you mention it, but who is going to do it? It is on our shoulder to make it happen. we are left to do the real work, to eliminate Hamas, the ultimate obstacle to peace. And make no mistake, Hamas is the biggest winner of any endorsement here today. By the time the speeches conclude, they will congratulate you. They will declare this is the fruit of October 7th. This is their reward for storming across our borders, slaughtering entire families in their homes, burning people alive, kidnapping children and the elderly, raping women, and dragging hundreds into captivity. And now, with this declaration, they learn a deadly lesson that such savagery brings political reward. That lesson is as dangerous as any weapon. And if anyone doubts that Hamas will continue down this path, look no further than this week's terrorist attack at a bus stop in Jerusalem. Innocent civilians gunned down as they waited for their morning commute. That is a proof Hamas and its allies will not stop. They do not seek peace. They test again and again whether terror still pays. Madam President, this declaration is one-sided. It does not designate Hamas as a terrorist organization, and it dares to equate the release of Israeli hostages with the release of convicted terrorists. Shame on you. This meaningless political maneuver takes place while innocent people remained blindfolded in Gaza's tunnels, starved, tortured, waiting. Meanwhile, many members of this assembly blindfold themselves by choice. By endorsing this declaration, you cover your own eyes. You choose not to see the truth, to ignore the facts. Israel will not wear that blindfold. We see the hostages. We see the terror. We see this declaration for what it is, a political gesture, an act of theater. Madam President, we will not allow Hamas to win in this assembly what it could not gain on October 7th.
Intervention and to 5 minutes for the second intervention, and should be made by delegations from their seats. I call on the observer of the observer state of Palestine to take the floor.
Thank you, Madam President. Allow me at the beginning, since this is my first statement in the General Assembly after you assumed your lofty position as President of the General Assembly, to express our congratulations, delight, and readiness to cooperate and to work with you fully on all issues related to the work of the General Assembly, including the question of Palestine. We will pay you extensive visits to coordinate, to cooperate, and to facilitate the success of the work of the General Assembly on the issues of mutual importance and to us. Allow me also to thank Saudi Arabia and France for the remarkable work that they did so far in convening all of the preparatory meetings, in preparing the documents, in adopting the outcome, the New York Declaration on the implementation of the two-state solution in July, and also today in this chamber. In this connection also, we are grateful to the 17 leaders who led countries and regional groups, who led the deliberation of the 8 round tables. And also I want to thank the overwhelming majority of nations that voted for the endorsement of this declaration, endorsement of the plan for peace, endorsement for the details of that plan in the declaration and in the annex, and the yearning of almost everyone, the international community, to open the door for the option of peace. We heard a voice that this is not endorsing peace, but endorsing something else. I trust that this overwhelming vote and endorsement by all those who voted in favor of this resolution is an illustration of saying, yes, we have a plan, yes, we have a detailed roadmap for peace, and we invite the party that is still pushing the option of war and destruction and attempts to eliminate the Palestinian people and steal their land to listen to the sound of reason, to the sound of the logic of dealing with this issue peacefully, and for the overwhelming message that has resonated in this General Assembly today. For those who want peace, come and join us. For those who want to save lives, come and join us. For those who want to put an end to the war in the Gaza, this aggression, come and join us. For those who want to release of the hostages and the prisoners, come and join us. For those who want to put an end to using the denial of food and to impose famine against the Palestinian people in Gaza, come and join us. For those who want to rebuild and to reconstruct the Gaza Strip, come and join us. For those who want to have an end to this illegal occupation, come and join us. And for those who are interested in the implementation of the historic advisory opinion of the ICJ, come and join us. For those who want to have a two-state solution, to live side by side in peace and security, and to open the doors for integration in the entire Middle East, and for allowing the Middle East to reach its potential in terms of development, innovation, science, and cooperation, come and join us. All these details and many more details are contained in the declaration that we've endorsed today. And I believe that, Madam President, since this is the first major issue under your presidency that you face, maybe this is a good omen. Come and join us, all those who are interested in peace, interested in dealing with putting an end to the tragedy and allowing the people in the Middle East, all of them, to save their lives, to save the lives of children, and to open the doors for peace and development and progress and hope. Thank you very much, Madam President.
Subscribe to Oneindia and never miss an update. Download the Oneindia app now.